Tonight on Reporting Scotland. Also in the programme, 3 health boards cut spending on children's mental health services, even though they aren't meeting their waiting time targets. The BBC has learned that 3 Scottish health boards are planning to spend less this year on children's mental health services than they did in 2016, even though they're failing to meet waiting time targets. One has cut its spending plans by nearly £400,000. Here's our health and social care correspondent Shelley Joffrey.
Gordon Edwards from Bathgate struggled for 2 years with hallucinations and anxiety.
It was horrendous. I had low mood, which means I couldn't be bothered getting out of bed, I couldn't be bothered showering, I couldn't be bothered doing anything.
He says he couldn't get help from his local child and adolescent mental health service, or CAMS. It was only when he was 18 and suicidal, adult mental health services stepped in.
Compared to the treatment I got as a child, there's not really a comparison because it was that bad. The CAMS service just did not care at all, and there needs to be changes made to make sure that children and young people get the care that they deserve.
Dr Richard Simpson asked all Scotland's health boards what they're spending on CAMS this year. In Lothian, it's £9.69 million, a cut of almost £400,000. Yet less than 2/3 of young people there are being seen within 18 weeks. Grampian's spending £5.18 million this year, a cut of £80,000. Yet it's the worst performing board on waiting times, seeing just 1/3 of young people on time.
I was shocked because if they cut the expenditure, they're almost certainly going to do it in third sector organisations and in what's called Tier 2, which are the lower services, rather than the medical services. So this means that the sort of preventive element, the early intervention, is actually being made even worse.
The boys at this residential school often need mental health support. Long waits just compound the problems.
We're talking about anxiety, depression, behavioural issues, ADHD. All of these factors contribute to real problems across all aspects of a young person's family's life. So I think any wait is difficult, but a wait of 20 weeks can be really, really challenging.
NHS Grampian says it's focusing on urgent cases for now, while Lothian says it's prioritising those who've been waiting longest. The Scottish Government says it will keep working with health boards across Scotland to reduce waiting times. Shelley Joffrey, Reporting Scotland.